Good morning, folks. This is George Salas here, coming live to you in all of our channels every single week. We're streaming live on Facebook, several Facebook groups, our LinkedIn, our YouTube channel, our Instagram. So, super excited to be here back on another Friday, bringing value to you. And today we're going to talk about the 6 reasons why short-term rentals are not for you. Okay. Again, my name is George Salas. I'm a short-term rental expert and operator of 7 years in a row. I've done over $5 million in short-term rentals at Airbnb in combined revenue over the last few years. Well, seven now. Okay. And also, I've done over 130 transactions real estate wide. Currently, we operate a fund and we have a portfolio of 18 properties under contract. I've launched over 70 mid luxury short term rentals and I've helped over 500 clients, including our clients, investors, as well as our partners create financial freedom through short-term vacation rentals. So let's get started. This one is going to be quick today, folks. Every single week from now on, we're going to make things much quicker. 15 minutes. We're testing things out to see how it works. If we're bringing you value, please let us know throughout the actual live stream. If you like the tactics and techniques, if this is something you want to hear again, you want to go deeper, please feel free to let us know in the comments in any of the live streams that we're actually live streaming to today. So let's get started. Before we get started, though, I love to tell you guys what's our mission. We are on a mission to helping 1 million real estate investors achieve financial freedom through short-term vacation rentals. Whether you're passive, whether you're an active investor, we're your go-to guide, and we've been and done it all. We've been in the trenches for forever, and still are on the trenches today, managing a ton of short-term rentals. Our portfolios between our operating teams combined, we have $34 million in assets under management. Personally, I own right around $7 to $8 million between my wife and I in short-term rental properties. Okay, so let's get started, folks. This is about you today, but why can short-term rentals not be like, wait, George, do you not think short-term rentals are good for me? Well, they're not for everybody, right? They might not be good for you for the following reasons. Well, number one is you think this is a get rich quick method and don't want to do the work. Well, you actually have to put in work, put in time. I mean, unless you're doing it passively and partnering with us, if you want to do it actively, right, then you've got to put in a lot more work. Now, if you're doing it passively, we're also here to teach you how this business works, right? We're also here to train you and educate you because I don't want you to come in, partner with us, whether you're going to be a dream partner, whether you're going to be a client of ours, right? Whether you're going to be an investor, you need to know what you're getting into, right? And how this business works. That's what we're here today showing you. So if you think this is a get rich quick way to go into real estate, well, this is not for you. Okay. SDR success requires dedication, time, and effort. All right. That and there's also not a shortcut. Yeah, your willingness to work very hard will pay off and you just got to put in the work, right? So there's managing properties, there's marketing, there's learning the platforms, right? There's guest relations. So if you're doing it actively, you got to put in the work. I did, still doing a portfolio revenue management today for my own portfolio because I love it, right? And I oversee the operations of millions of dollars in real estate and millions of dollars in revenue every single day. I don't run the operations, I oversee them. I lead our team, right? So if you work with us, you'll see because you get to be in those meetings with us, right? So anyway, reason number two why short-term rentals are not good for you or might not be good for you because you don't have the funds to invest, right? So this is real estate investing, folks, and it requires money. Now, I did start with $0, maybe like $5,000, but that was not the shortcut, right? So if you have $0, but you have great credit, then you have access to money. Right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you don't have any money and you don't have any access to any money, then maybe you should go find something else that will create some income for you that you could put aside to get into the game, right? So I recommend a minimum of $100,000 to get into our game. When I got started, I went into one bedroom properties, two bedroom properties, and these STR investments were rental arbitrage. They were not ownership, right? So I was renting these apartments. This is like back in 2018. I was renting these apartments, and actually, it was only like $5,000 for me to get started per unit. I started, and by the end of the first year, 2018, I had 10 units, 10 rental arbitrage apartments. Now, I was also doing some fix and flips and some wholesaling at that time. So it wasn't my full time gig. I was just kind of testing out, and I loved it. And here we are today, 7 years, almost 7 years later, right? So also STR investments come with upfront costs. You have, if you're doing rental arbitrage, you've got the lease, right? We still have a couple of rental arbitrage for 4 or 5 years now that we still operate. And we keep renewing the leases. And I mean, it's been 5 years, and all it took us was maybe $35,000 in one of them, right? And in that property, just giving you an example of one of our Houston properties, put in $35,000 to get started, rental arbitrage. 5 years later, and the property's been making 150,000 and up. That's probably one of the sweetest deals we've ever. No, it is the sweetest deal we've ever done. Invest 35, generate 150 plus per year. Net of that is right around 50%. You do the math, folks. Okay. So, but real estate investing itself takes money to make money, right? So, in short-term rentals, you've got to put up front costs in the form of furnishings, your down payments, right? So, property down payments could be anywhere from like 5 to 10% if you're doing creative finance to 25% if you're doing a short-term rental loan, if you're financing through a short-term rental acquisition. Then you have setup costs, right? You got to do photography, you got to buy furniture, you got to either hire someone to do design or do the design yourself. Well, that is definitely not me. We work with my wife and her awesome team because all of our properties would not look like they look today, if it wasn't for her and her team. Okay, so also a couple of things is without adequate capital, right? You're going to struggle, right? I struggled when I first started because I did the wrong property. So if you don't have the adequate amount of capital, you can find some challenges. Now, if you have access to real cheap money, which is going to be kind of hard today with the interest rates of today here in 2024, then you might find the challenges of higher interest rates, which is gonna reduce. I mean, these interest rates are going to reduce your cash flow no matter what. Okay, so reason number three, why short-term rentals might not be for you, it's because you have a closed mindset. A growth mindset is required, folks, right? To be able to scale anything, you've got to have patience. A growth mindset versus a closed mindset, huge difference. You've got to be willing to learn and pivot when you need to, and change and navigate challenges and change the process and evolve and grow. Just like in any other business, just like you are doing probably in your life, right? There are many areas of our lives that we have to grow in. Real estate investing is no different, right? So if you're not open to learning, adapting, changing, navigating, growing, this is not for you. Okay. So another thing is the industry in short-term rentals is very dynamic. So you've got to stay ahead of the curve, right? And the only way to do that is to educate yourself. So just to give you an example, this weekend I am attending. Mona and I, my beautiful wife, we're both attending a short-term rental conference here in Houston, Texas. So guess what, George? Why are you paying $1,000 to attend a conference? $1,500, right? Well, it's all about networking. It's all about educating yourself. It's all about staying up to date on what's happening in your industry, right? So, we're going to be here with some of our friends, meeting up this evening today, and we're going to be networking with some of the hosts in there, right? So, again, it's all about growth, right? So, if you're not willing to grow and navigate struggles and challenges, this is not for you. But I'm sure that's definitely not you, right? So, reason number four, you're antisocial. You don't want to talk to people. Real estate is a people business, right? Partnerships and networking are a must. Why, George? Well, you've got to build a team, right? So you've got in real estate, if you think at a high level of like who is your team, you've got to have an internal team and an external team. That's what I like to call it. I learned this, I think, from the Millionaire Real Estate Investor book by Gary Keller. Check it out if you're just getting started. You want a mind shifter type of book. I recommend that to everybody that's struggling with that mindset concept, right? So, again, you've got to make some changes, right? So in the change, well, not to change, but you've got to get creative and be that people person. And if you are not, and if you're a little, you know, yeah, you're a little kind of like mellow and down, and you don't want to get out there, well, try to do it one time. I'm not saying this is not for you if you don't like to talk to people, but the better that you do at communication, at talking to people, and actually building relationships, the better you're going to build. Now, I know I left you an open loop there, but talking about the teams, there's two teams you got to build. You got to build an internal team and an external team. An internal team is going to be your front desk people, your cleaning people, your maintenance people, your accountant, your bookkeeper, your operations partner or whatnot. An external team it could also be your bookkeeper. Actually, that would be more of an external team. That an accountant is also going to be your external team. So I apologize for that. I mixed it up in the wrong one. So then you're going to have your real estate agents, your staging and design team, right? You can hire somebody out there. Your wholesalers, an external team, right? So internal, external team. And what do you do to build a team? Well, you got to get out there and talk to people, right? If you want to take this to the next level, that's the solution. Build an internal team, build an external team, right? So, reason number five, okay, you have enough money and don't need the cash flow. Well, the problem is solved. Click and stop watching. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, so SDRs are designed to build wealth and create cash flow for you. So if you've got mediums that create you enough cash flow and you don't want to make $3,000 to $5,000 net per property per year, in addition to what you're making, then you can end the Zoom live stream or whatever live stream you're in right now, because then we ain't got nothing to talk about, right? So you're financially secured and uninterested in making more money, then let's close it out. But consider the time and effort, right, and investment. If they're worth your time, or if they're, and you don't have enough money, so there might be something here, right? It did for me. Almost 7 years later, we're doing just fine here, right? So, all right, folks, that's five reasons. I've got a bonus reason for you today. You don't like to travel, right? So we create lifestyle assets. These are properties that us, our investors, our clients can visit. They can go to. They frequent to, right? These lifestyle assets are properties that they're gonna love. They're gonna go visit when off season hits or when they want to go there and do an assessment of their property. They're gonna go there. They're gonna want to stay for the weekend, right? So we focus on these higher and larger, well amenitized with higher end amenities type of properties, not your little ones, one, two, three bedroom, which we used to focus on those before. That's just what we've pivoted now because we believe in wealth creation. We believe in higher cash flow and building a lifestyle creation, creating vacation equity, right? That is equity while you are on vacation. Right? That's what I meant by that. You know, and if you're just getting started and you think that maybe you can't meet those requirements, right? Or you can't get to that level of property, that's absolutely fine too. That's how I got started. I got started one bedrooms, two bedrooms, renting them, not even buying them. And I moved on to three bedrooms, then four bedrooms, then six bedrooms. Now I've got seven, eight bedrooms, right? So my first properties used to make 20, 30, 40,000 a year, right? And then out of that, you get very little cash flow, a handful of $1,000, five, six, whatever it is. But think about it. You get this bigger property. Obviously, your costs gonna go up, but you have more benefits in there, right? You also have the ability to add more value to that property, right? And you are going to end up with more equity and more cash flow over the years if you target the property right and you target the market right, obviously, right? So our average price of all the properties that we purchase, the properties that we go for, we advise, right? And it's typically between 400 to $600,000 depending on which market you're in, right? That's sort of your median. It's above your median, your median and up, and we love it. They work for us, and pretty sure they're going to work for you. So that's been the six reasons why short-term rentals might not be for you. Again, we've gone through several of the reasons, right? So I like to just say, if you like this, this type of content out there, and you are enjoying it, you're getting value, please let us know. If you're ready to dive deeper into the active world or the passive world of short-term rentals, we're going to have a link here on the comments or somewhere, or even just send us a message. Hey, George, I'm interested in short-term rentals. And then my team or I will respond. We'll get on a call, see what your goals are all about. But hey, we've got a lot going on. So we're here to serve, to bring you some value. So thanks for watching this today. Again, George Salas, checking out here live every single Friday. And all of our social medias, our YouTube channel. You have a fantastic weekend.